Hey there, and welcome to the Vacation Rental Life Show. My name is Matt Ward. I'm here with my good buddy, Derek Eaton. What's up, Derek?
Hello.
Hey, and it's Tuesday night, so we're back here with a Vacation Rental Roundtable, and it's also Tuesday night, which is Tuesday Night Wine Club. That's right. That's why Ronnie Barbles is not with us tonight, because it's Tuesday Night Wine Club. I asked her the other day, Derek and I were teasing her, and we were on a call, actually earlier today, and we were like, Ronnie, did you get more wine for Tuesday Night Wine Club? And she's like, haha, yeah. She's not really, she didn't think it was funny. But Derek and I did. And actually, Derek, I don't know if you know this little known fact about Ronnie. For those of you who don't know, Ronnie does a lot of our group management. She does a lot of posting in the group, kind of keep things active. And she's our chatty Cathy. But she loves champagne, Derek. Did you know that?
Okay. That's her poison.
Yeah, that's right. And chocolate covered bacon.
I mean, if you don't like chocolate covered bacon, you're not my friend.
If you didn't know you like chocolate covered bacon, then you have not read my book on referrals, because that story is the opening chapter of how I gifted Ronnie chocolate covered bacon. So good story. I will leave it, as we say there, with a dangling Chad. You'll have to go read the book called More Word of Mouth Referrals, Lifelong Customers and Raving Fans. And are there any news? There is a news update. We should tell everybody about that article.
Well,
that Airbnb article. Now, I'm not going to get too in depth on that, but there's an Airbnb article that is circulating around the vacation rental space right now that is predicting, I guess you would say, the demise of Airbnb and a federal bankruptcy. So basically the way, and correct me if I'm wrong, Derek, but the way they see it is, if they do not get the IPO very soon, which will raise money, and then as such cash out the investors, if they don't get to the IPO on the stock market, then they won't have enough cash to stay in business. And they'll have to file bankruptcy.
Basically it. Yep.
And what was the article saying timeline-wise?
Before the end of the year.
So that is like 4 months. So because today is September 1st. So the question is, if it got to the point where Airbnb filed bankruptcy, what would that mean for hosts?
Who loses? The owners who aren't going to get paid, or the renters?
Yeah, like the rent, like if I have Airbnb bookings and I haven't been paid for them,
Yeah.
they're just canceled as far as I'm concerned. You know, that's not, I'm not going to let somebody stay when I'm not getting paid for the rental.
Except we know extenuating circumstances happened once, and it might happen again, which could mean they could disable that cancel button. They have control over that.
Yep.
What if they did that?
I still don't have to give access to them.
Right.
If I'm not getting paid. I mean,
Sounds
like a horrible scenario, but I really doubt that will happen. But I do understand their premise in that they borrowed $2 billion at 11% interest. So they're paying $226 million a month, if I remember right.
No, that would be
$23 million a month in interest only on that money. So if they're not cash flowing by that, and that's just to cover their note, that's not covering anything else.
Staff or anything else.
Yeah.
I know somebody, I was chatting with somebody on Facebook today, somebody I went to high school with, and she actually told me that she starts a job, I think it's this week or next week, for Airbnb. And I was like, did you see this article? And she was like, no. And I said, you might want to take the job, but also keep looking, like, because this could come down the pike and you could be without a job. I mean, even if they don't, as we well know, they dropped a bunch of employees, laid them off with COVID and everything. So, I don't know if they're just trading down on salaries, on hourly rate people. Because now, COVID, I told somebody this the other day. I was having a conversation with somebody, and she was making 80 grand before COVID hit. And I said, it's going to be years before you make that kind of money again. And she's like, yeah, I know. And I used this line: COVID reset the market.
Mm-hmm.
right? Employers are not going to overpay for anything now because everybody's unemployed. So that's
Yeah.
what's happening with the likes of Airbnb and everybody else who's hiring, is they can hire at a lower rate because it's basic economics of supply and demand, you know?
Yeah.
So I think the point of bringing the article is up in you know, I can't validate the article. I don't know how much truth is to it. That's not the relevant point. The relevant point is you never want all your eggs in a basket, no matter what business you're in.
Yep.
Right? They generally say you never have more than 20% of your incoming revenue from a single client, because if that client were to leave, it could hurt you drastically. When I ran my web agency business, I was on that mindset of 10% was the maximum any one client could give us of our revenue. And we never hit that. It was more like 3, 4, 5%. So right now, even though most vacation rental owners look at guests as independent guests and not necessarily a big piece of their percentage business, you have to look at the listing sites and where your revenue is coming from. If you're getting 90% of your revenue from Airbnb, you've got to have another strategy that you're working on at the same time, which is why Karen was talking about her website stuff before we jumped on the call. So
Yep.
just be aware is, I
Yeah.
think, our point for you guys.
Definitely.
Don't get caught with all that money tied up in Airbnb or VRBO for that matter.
Yeah. I've had the yo-yo effect. Like VRBO, home away used to be 70% of my business, and I didn't like that, and I worked more and more direct and Airbnb into that equation, and now it's gone the other way, where Airbnb is unfortunately an unhealthy amount of my business, especially right now. VRBO is not performing very well for me right this second, but you know, it doesn't mean that I'm gonna rest on my laurels. I just keep at it and keep marketing, email, and try some other channels, try to bring in business other ways, so that if Airbnb disappears tomorrow because of bankruptcy, I mean, I think the reality is they would file for a Chapter 11 versus 7 would be my prediction. They're not going to go away with their.
They're going to try and reorganize the debt.
Yeah, they would reorganize their debt and come back out.
I'm skeptical that after COVID, that they'll have a solvent enough plan for Chapter 11.
Yeah.
I mean, they haven't made any money yet, so I don't know how.
No, they did. They were profitable for like 2 quarters, I think, and then they invested too heavily in their other divisions and made some bad choices. So, yeah.
Well, and then COVID, and the travel market for COVID is, I don't know, it's not there right now. So if you're a bankruptcy judge, do you approve a reorganization? I don't know. You have to look at all the details, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I think I would say that there's value in their email list and their community that is worth, just the same way that the airlines are capitalizing on their mileage plans right now. They're taking out loans with collateral of their mileage plans.
yeah, I think American just announced 30,000 in layoffs.
Yeah. While they also today announced no change fees.
Yeah, another one did that too recently. They're trying to compete with Southwest on
basically
that.
everybody's doing that. They're saying no change fees for anything if you buy a ticket before the end of the year.
So, but no. That's an entirely new policy. I think going forward, it's not just the end of the year thing. I think it's their moving forward policy.
Well, they've basically promised it till the end of the year, but I think the airlines are looking at having that be a policy going forward.
Yeah, so, Amazon set the bar with free shipping, right? And now Prime. Guess who's coming out? So Walmart's got a new service coming out.
Yep.
But it's only free shipping on anything over $35.
Yeah.
But they have a scan and go service, I guess, too. I heard this on the news today. They have a scan and go service. So if you pay $99 a year, I guess you can just scan and take your stuff and it just charges your card or something. So people are having to reinvent themselves, and some businesses set the bar on that, like the Amazon thing. And I think you're going to see Walmart catch up. And I also think you're going to see Walmart drop that $35 minimum order.
Yeah.
So, because right now, I'll tell you what, I pay for Amazon Prime. And if I don't get something in 2 days on free Prime, I get really, really enraged. I'm like,
don't move to Hawaii. Don't move to Hawaii.
Well, I know, right? Yeah. It's just so bizarre because that's what they trained us to do now. Like, think about free shipping. And literally since COVID, you know, I've been buying everything on Amazon. So,
Yeah.
all right, cool.
All right.
Well, Derek, if you're ready, let's jump into a listing site review.
Yeah. I got Martha's and Lauren Richmond's up here. This, you guys seeing that?
That's a VRBO, yeah. Whoa, what is that? Is that a lion? Rawr.
It's the White Lion Villa, so that's appropriate.
$700 a night.
Nice place.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, this is in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah. So.
From a guest perspective, Derek, just go back.
Yep.
You know, so I've got to believe. I mean, that's a fantastic first photo, right? Right on this listing like this. Plus, I can see the living space on the right, the way the photos are organized. That would draw me in looking at that pool like that, and makes it more bookable in my opinion. I do think on your headline. So the thing we've been talking about is get the most important thing that the people care about as far to the left as possible in your headline. You've got located in Midtown. The White Lion Villa is a private gated retreat. So it looks like you only have one review on this site, but.
We just came back on.
Okay. I'm wondering about, you know, the word located in, like that's two words that kind of pushes the thing out further. And so you could probably just eliminate those two words and make it Midtown or
I would say private. I'd lead with private gated retreat because that's really what you're selling. Then private gated retreat : the White Lion Villa in Midtown or something.
I would just put I would actually not put in Midtown. I would put Midtown Tulsa.
Yeah, I agree.
If it's in actual Tulsa. Okay, let's scroll before we look at the photos, Derek.
All right. So 4-bed, 4.5 bath.
Minimum stay 2 nights. I like that because if I'm a business owner, I could book this retreat for a small, you know, mastermind event, and it's only 2 nights. I like your flexibility on that. And pets are welcome, so I like that.
So just to clarify, in the first bedroom, you have a queen bed and a sleeper sofa in that space? Okay. I would maybe change the order personally in this if you could, because you have all these as bedroom ones, which is kind of confusing.
Yeah. Okay.
And try and lead with the king bedroom, and then work on the order from there as far as the ones that are queen and queen with sleeper sofas.
What is a pool suite?
The pool suite is right off the pool that has a bedroom and a living area.
Oh.
Has a, yeah.
Okay.
And it opens up onto the pool area. That's what we call it. We call it the pool suite.
So far, so good. I like what I'm seeing.
Yep.
Seating for 12 people in the dining room. Huh.
That's
I'll be
great.
the judge of that when I look at the photos.
Cool.
Or up to 14-day cancellation policy.
Yeah, I mean, for a house this large, I mean, being flexible in COVID, I understand, but I would think that I would, as a manager, I would encourage a stronger cancellation policy than that, because a place this big, uh, the chances of getting last minute reservations are a lot lower so far.
Yeah, you might want to do a no refund at 30.
Yeah.
I mean, so Derek has he has a very strict policy, and he doesn't, you get double dipping money when you have a strict policy, because you don't have to refund them and then they rebook,
So do you do 60?
I have not done, well, we did 60 in Hawaii. We did do super strict.
We do 60 here in Florida.
Yeah, I do too. Because
Yeah.
I'll never rebook it again.
Yeah. So we do in Seattle, I do 30, no refund after less than 30 days. Which I don't have that problem. Actually, I can rebook, especially right now. I tend to be rebooking right away. Like, I even had a guest come to the property, and because someone was cooking curry down the hall, they couldn't deal with the smell, so they checked out. And then the next morning, I sold those nights that they didn't use.
Wow.
So,
How big is your place? How many does it sleep?
this was a 1-bedroom, so it, yeah, but we have stuff.
Well, that's the thing about a house this size with a pool and everything too. 8 people, it's going to be tough to rebook it within 14 days. So, I want to see the review that you're there. You're there.
Yeah. So, explain that you have one review from Christmas of 2016. So did you take it off the market and then bring it back on? Is that what happened? Or
Tulsa didn't have short-term rental ordinance, and we kind of got hauled on, I guess you would say. So we took it off, and it took Tulsa 3 years to get their short-term rental ordinance up this summer.
Okay.
We just wanted to be kind of legal, especially with our neighbors and the neighborhood we're in.
Mm-hmm.
So we just put it back on about 2.5 weeks ago.
Okay.
I probably
think
think something about the hiatus.
Yeah, I think you should put that in the description.
Yep.
And then in about 3 months, once you get like 5 or 6 reviews from this year or whatever, then I think you could edit that out.
Yeah, you can use language like back on the take advantage. The villa's back on the market as a short-term rental after a few years of,
Okay. And
something like that.
the nurse too, so okay.
Derek, on that review, I always talk about replying to the review. Is it too late to reply to this one?
I think you might still be able to. I don't know.
Yeah, so guys, if you can reply to this one, just a simple thank you, even though they might see a gap of 3 years, what we've been telling everybody is just regardless of what you say, always reply to the reviews, because there are people that look at the reviews to know whether or not you're responding to every review. That indicates to them that you're attentive. Even if you don't agree with a bad review or whatever, or it's a great review, just thank them for the great review,
Or tell them you're back available. Maybe they'd like to come see
Oh,
you
yeah.
for Christmas.
Okay.
There you go.
Yep. So should we look at the photos, Matt?
Yeah, and are you booked for Christmas of this year?
No.
Do you have, okay, I want to see about so I would think, what's the attraction of Tulsa?
Well,
I can't be the only person that's asked that question.
they do a lot of national horse shows there. we got the Gathering Place, which is a huge new park on the Arkansas River, kind of like a central park that brings in a lot of people. Yeah, it's
And I'll just chime in for just a minute. It's kind of the oil capital, the old oil capital of Oklahoma. So we do have a lot of horse shows and just a whole lot of shows at our Expo Square Fairgrounds, which is very close to where we live. And so there's a ton of short town rentals in Tulsa that rent out to that.
Okay, so are they running shows now during COVID?
they actually are. I just found that out today that the horse shows are going on. Yeah.
Okay. That's good to know. I'll have some other thoughts on that as we move forward. Let's take a look at the photos.
Okay.
Freaking killer. I love it.
Yeah, I like this picture, but as what we've shared in other videos, getting a professional HDR image of this would sell a lot.
$300-400 probably for your place. There's a lot of photos.
Well,
the other thing is, as much as I love this and the sunrise or set, whatever that is, and the lions on the other side, I don't love the photo of this lion's butt. You know, so that's, but I totally see sitting out there with a cup of coffee as you were telling that story in the description. And I would encourage you, whichever one of you writes that description, to build a greater story in that, right? I would also like to see a mention of the horse shows in the description. You know, like we, you know, as you prepare for your horse show, you know, or something, it puts them in the mindset of them actually being in your home.
And maybe even if you don't have any photos, we'll see, actually put a photo from a horse show or from the ring or whatever venue in your photo reel somewhere. Maybe even, and if it's one of your major attractions, maybe even in your first 4 photos, so it shows up in that.
Do you allow weddings and events at your house?
The ordinance has limited to 8 guests, no parties, no events.
Okay.
Yeah. We could have more than 8 guests here because we have the room, and nobody be sleeping on the floor, but they limited, so we're going with what the ordinance says.
I gotcha.
Yeah. Great, cool. Living room shot, again, you know, HDR photo would really be amazing because you wouldn't get this washed out look of these other rooms that you can't really see here. But I can tell it's a really cool property. I think this is your better image of those two. So I would put it. I'd put it
because you
first.
see all the seating, all the dining, all the kitchen.
Yeah. Yep. So I would have switch the photo order on that, or just pull that other photo. I mean, potentially.
Sure.
Yeah, I would. So in your photo order, I would move this up as well. So maybe have that second living room shot be your second photo. This be your third photo, because someone renting this property, this kitchen is a huge selling feature. And with mentioning the double ovens, it looks like you have maybe sub-zero side-by-sides.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's a great kitchen for preparing meals for.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you can't have a party here, but look, we love to entertain.
You could have a party here.
That's one of the problems with showing all the seating.
Yeah, and talking about it too.
Yep. Seating
I feel
for
like
8,
you need a
not 12.
watermark on every photo that says no parties allowed.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Cool. Pool table too. Again, your HDR photos will be great because you'll all that outside space, you'll be super clear and you can see that.
They'd also put an image on the TV screen.
Okay.
Yeah, you can put branding on your TV screens as a way to get people to book direct if you have a source to do that, a way for people to do that.
You got to have a website too.
Yep. Oh, cool shot. Any thoughts, Matt?
Just like that bed will hold me.
Yeah, that's a sturdy bed. You're not worried about it?
Welcome to the party, guys. That's a running joke. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow, wow.
I think that's like his and hers
Yes.
and his and hers and his and hers things.
Yeah.
And toilets.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, once again, no parties, but plenty of room to take a shower.
Now, this is the living area of the pool suite that we were talking about.
Okay. So I see that you have the pool suite thing here. I would maybe even say pool suite living room.
I would call it, you know what? I mean, I get what you're saying, pool suite, but I wonder if this could just be called additional living area or living room, additional living room. Or
Here they call them a casita.
yeah,
okay.
you know what I call them is
casita.
a kids segregation room.
It's not attached, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, this is just
Yes, it
another
is.
living room.
And
See,
then
this
there's
has a
bed
fireplace.
and then it opens up to the pool, out to the pool.
Cool. Good job. I can tell you did some staging in your photos here with flowers and having the throw over the bed. One thing I've done with some of our photos is when doing staging like this on a bed, having a little like coffee pot tea set type of thing.
Is that on the next picture?
Oh, do you have one?
We did.
Oh, okay.
No, it's okay. At one point up, yeah.
Yeah.
So, oh, I see what you mean by the pool suite now. It's like right there.
Yeah.
Is that a duvet or is that a comforter?
Triple sheet.
It's a sweet triple sheet.
I'm just checking because our friend Dirk Johnson would want to know.
There you go, Matt. You can
What's that
go
for?
there and work out.
What is that for?
It's for working off
Does
your
that
chocolate
circular
covered
thing,
cookies.
does that circular thing, does it produce a pizza?
I angle that picture so you can see the mirror too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cell phone camera photo too.
Cool.
You guys got some good style going on in this
Yeah.
house. Like everything matches and stuff. I really like, I mean, obviously, you know, Derek, look at the boxes, like the dice.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Where'd you get the dice box?
At our local Mathis Brothers Furniture Store.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yeah.
Derek talked about the photos, and once you hire a photographer to come in and do professional photos, it won't cost you a lot of money. I mean, you have a bigger house. I paid $200 for my 1,200 square foot condo, and that included drone. Well, actually, yeah, and I had her come a second time, so she charged me another $100. So I think in total I paid $300. For
Yeah.
your place, probably a little bit more.
Well,
It might
and
be,
I would think
you
it'd
could
be
in
worth-
general spend one night. Let's just say you're charging 700, spend 700. What did you pay, Derek?
Yeah. Well, what I was going to suggest too is, given the pool scenario, it might be worth paying extra. Normally, you have to pay extra to do like an evening shot,
Yeah.
so that you can get it. I can tell. Is that a sunset or a sunrise that you have from the pool?
Sunrise.
Sunrise. Okay. So yeah, I don't know if photographers will do a morning, shoot where you get but doing like a twilight shoot or a morning shoot where you can get that golden hour for photos with a villa like this, I think would be well worth the money to pay it if you have to pay extra for it.
I noticed on the listing earlier, you said towels included, and I love that. What I love most is during COVID, you actually supplied toilet paper too.
Yeah, that's extra.
What is, hold on, go back one.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. Go back one, Derek. What's the, is that like storage or something around and on top? What is that?
Yeah.
Those are closets to the right, and then storage. It's an old quirky house. And that was one of the original part of the house upstairs. And those are the closets and then storage, yes.
Okay.
Interesting. My initial thought, just so you know, is I thought, is that unfinished drywall? Now I think with the professional photographer, it would not give that impression.
We now have a chair over there by the door too, and it does look a little different.
Right. Yeah, because now I look at them and they look like little locks or handles or something, So when it's closer, it'll probably look different. Okay, go back to the pool. That's a way better. Yeah, look at that. I mean,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, for now, until you get your professional photos, I almost wonder if this might be a better lead shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's image number 1, and then the other pool image is image number 2.
It's my
What's the
favorite.
next one, Derek?
That's cool.
I'm sorry, I got in late. Where is this?
It's in Houston. It's your competition. No, it's not. It's in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Ah,
You'll have to watch the recording, V, so you can catch up.
I would want to stay there.
I know, right?
Yeah, I think
now
that's the best
we might
pool.
have competition for where we have our first live.
Our Vacation Rental Life Mastermind
Yeah.
retreat.
Yeah.
We initially were just going to go with Linda Nealon in Tahoe, but now I don't know.
Yeah.
No, the
We
pool's
might,
pretty.
we might go to Tulsa.
Yeah, Linda, they've upstaged you on the pool, I think.
Sure did.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the professional photos, because you have just great eye candy type stuff that the photographers are
I mean,
gonna.
you guys have stuff that other people don't have. You have you have ornate statues around your pool, and
Yeah.
you just have things that are unique.
We got rid of the nude statues. But,
Did not have done
literally,
that.
we got rid of 3 of those. So, but yeah.
I bet they weren't hard to sell.
Yeah.
They were hard to move.
Yeah, I bet.
Those things are heavy, huh? All these statues.
They are.
Yeah, so with that idea of the evening photo shoot, it looks like you have nice evening lighting as well. Like you have a nice lighting plan for the getting an evening shot will really sell your photos.
Okay.
'Cause
Okay.
I don't think this shot adds much value
Yeah,
for
it's
me.
kind of blocked.
And we're back to the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
So one question I have is the review that you had talked about Christmas, and you're not yet booked for Christmas, but I'm wondering, do you have an intention of decorating for Christmas?
Yes. And we do a great decoration around here for Christmas. Since we were pretty well shut down by the city, we would have fundraisers for charity and such, and we always decorate for Christmas, and last year was a murder mystery, and so we have great decorations.
That's awesome, and I would encourage you that when you do that, get that same photographer that you hire, if you're happy with them, to come back out when you have the Christmas decor.
Okay.
Because I just think that this place will look stunning with Christmas trees and lights and everything lit up at night and stuff. And like when you look at the great room with the white couches and you have an actual tree in there or wherever you put it, it creates, you know, the way I see it is everything these days are about, it's about storytelling, right? What story can you tell me about the experience I can have there? You know?
Yeah, I definitely agree. And, you know, to even if you're doing a Christmas photo shoot, like going to the trouble of maybe setting that wonderful table for a meal and getting a photo shoot with it, with everything on it.
Okay.
So that people can picture having, you know, Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner there.
Derek, do this, go back and do the, yeah, you got eight. Okay, go, can you just go back to the search results though?
I was
Okay.
actually going to
I
ask.
just want to look at their competition real quick.
I was going to say, alternatively, Martha, you could just do all the different setups while the photographer is there. Like, even with me, when I worked with my properties, whenever I was doing multiple setups and configurations, I would almost just do all of them at once and kind of figure out quick ways to like showcase and set up the property. Like whatever prices out cheaper would be something that I would think about as well. You don't have to wait, because every time that you send the photographer out, he's going to probably charge you like an arm and a leg each time just to take a couple of photos, to where if they just need to take a couple of shots and just wait there, they'd rather do it all at once.
Should we show him where our competition is, Laurie?
That's a,
Did I lose her? Yeah.
This, Derek, if you hit the back, well, you had it.
I know. Well, for whatever that, because I was doing request to book, and then here we go. Here's similar properties.
There, let's see
Yeah.
now.
Not up there.
That's out on a lake, and that's not, there's one in town that showed up earlier when you were.
Maybe this
That
is
one right there, it's the middle one.
the middle one. This
Mhm.
one
Yes.
Yeah.
that sleeps 20, that can only sleep 8.
Yes.
Clearly, he's not abiding by the ordinance yet,
Yes.
so.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hard to compete with that.
And it's hard in Tulsa. Midtown's the location where you want to be, and that's why we started out with Midtown. He's out south, and it's just the location. We have the better location, so.
Yeah. But you can see with the photos, they've done HDR photography. Yeah.
Notice the description though. Notice the descriptions on his photos in the bottom left. They're more descriptive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a lot more elegant. They got the tablecloth under the TV. You're a lot more put together.
Yeah.
We do have a better pool too.
Yeah. His is much newer. Ours is just old and quirky.
Yeah. Well, that age doesn't necessarily matter. I think when it comes to people buy off the photos, and you can make a place look.
Oh yeah, look at that pool.
It's a cool sitting porch.
Oh, it's beautiful porch.
Yeah. Movie theater room. That's
Yes.
neat.
You got one on you there with a movie theater room.
Yeah, he does. He for sure does.
Sounds like you need an upgrade.
We could probably do one, Laurie. I know where we could put it.
We could do one.
And it would be a big theater room.
It would.
I mean, I see the draw for that property, but I think once you guys get your professional photos, it's gonna look, it could look just as good, if not better than this.
I noticed a couple things in his photos where he kind of like cheapened out, like that outdoor furniture at the very end.
Yeah.
Some of the bedding and some of the rooms looked really nice, and then you go to another room and it looks cheap, you know?
Mhm.
So like, it looks to me like he spent a lot of money on the woodwork, which I think was a good move, but it's also like, I think your pool is an entertaining space and his is not. So when I book your house, I get indoor, outdoor. With his,
Yeah.
I get indoor.
Right.
Yep, I would agree with that thought. And your pool, I think, sells because of the cool nature with the statues and the water features and all of that. Like that really does sell.
This guy include the boat, the paddle boat?
I can't.
But look at his reviews, 4.3 out of 5. That's not good on 51 reviews.
Well, let's look at him and see if we can help them beat his bad reviews. Let's look at him.
Yeah.
Great stay, 3 stars.
Started off bad before we ever arrived. Door code. Clean bed being changed. Wet laundry in the dryers. Spent my time folding laundry. All right. And look at his response.
Right, it was way overpriced.
Well,
Look at his response. I told you the house was not ready for check-in because of the mix-up with scheduling and the housekeeping company.
And this is a learning point for everybody, is you don't write these reviews in response to what someone actually wrote, because your audience is not that person. Your audience is the next guest that wants to book.
Mm-hmm.
So I would write that, I'm so sorry. As I explained before your arrival, the cleaning company did have a mix-up in their schedule before your arrival. This is the first time that that's happened. I'm so sorry that it happened for your stay. And go from there. You have to spin the situation. Let's see, 4-star here. Nice to have some lounges, pool. Use a few updates.
He's replying to every review, good or bad.
Yep. There's plenty of room. Probably shows a lot of wear. It needs baseboards and walls to be cleaned and painted.
Lots of excuses from this guy.
Yep.
So like, here's a good example. If we were looking at this house, Lisa would never book based on his response alone.
Yeah.
So how you craft your responses to your reviews matters greatly. As Derek said, you're not writing them for the current person. If they weren't happy, they're not coming back anyway. They're not referring your property. You always write the review for the next potential guest in mind.
Okay.
I wouldn't worry about them as competition.
Yeah, exactly. Their place needs a lot of work. It's very clear.
And their host needs some etiquette.
Yeah.
He needs a friggin' hug.
You need some chocolate covered bacon and some champagne.
There you go. Shout out to Ronnie.
Yeah.
Don't watch this.
Taking a beating. I mean, this is one of the downfalls too, that they are experiencing what happens when you do have places that do sleep 20. You know, that's the double-edged sword of them limiting you to 8 people and you guys following those rules. You're gonna have less wear and tear on your property. If you sleep 20, you're gonna need to block out time on a regular basis to do touch-ups, maintenance.
Derek,
and
scroll up just a hair. See the title on this review? Beautiful. Large but shop worn.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Look at that. This property is large and well located. However, it's taken a beating.
Yep.
It's a stretch to say it sleeps 20 adults. I would say 17 at a stretch. Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for your review. My pool person was out sick, so I came to take care of it. The pool tours are not included in the rental. They were left from the previous guest. Then clean them up.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys are going to win. He's been renting illegally for years, huh?
Yep.
Yes.
Well, only since July 1st. So it will catch up with him.
No, illegal as he was renting way before us.
Oh, yeah, he was
Way
illegal.
back. Yeah.
Yeah, he was. But now
Yeah,
that
2018 and 19.
Yep.
Yeah.
The dryer was non-functional, did not get fixed.
Well, because it's been wonderful to go over this with you that have been in the business for so long.
Exactly.
We're brand new and happy to be here, so.
Well, we're happy
We're
to.
happy to have you.
Yeah, we're happy to.
We
have you.
needed another site a listing site to review. We haven't done one in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's
Well, we
great.
kind of talked about it today, and I said, I don't think they have one after.
Yeah, there you go.
earlier.
So
Yeah.
here's what you got to do now is you go make some changes, you get a photographer,
Okay.
and then you make some of the changes we talk about.
Okay.
And then like Boyd did, you come back and show us, and we'll do another listing site review. You show us the updated one, and we'll do that
Yep.
on a call with you once you have it all updated in a few weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boyd made a number of changes that we had recommended. I want to say it was back in early July or late June. And he got a booking like, I don't know, like 2 days after he made the changes.
Yep.
Hey, Boyd?
Yep.
Yeah, you're muted, buddy.
Yeah, actually, those folks are with me right now for a month. It
Wow.
was nearly a $4,000 booking off VRBO. Never had a VRBO booking all year.
So you got every penny worth of what we charged you for that.
Yep.
Yeah, I sure did. No arguments there.
1,000% ROI.
Yeah, big ROI.
All right. So we're running up against a deadline, but let's take a look at Karen's website real quick since she's here and she gave us her website. If you want to pull that up.
Okay, sure. I can do that. It has a new hot tub installed before the snow flies. Book now.
Wait, what? New hot tub installation before the snow flies. Enjoy our crisp fall nights in front of the fireplace and a brand new hot tub. It's a perfect place to take.
Do you have the ability
Oh.
with that?
Yeah,
I think
what are you trying to say there, Karen?
I've got a new hot tub coming. There's an outdoor fireplace. I've got, fall colors, and I'll have starry skies.
So when is the hot tub coming?
The 29th of October.
Oh,
I would put the date in there.
yeah.
Say,
I would get rid of the word installation.
yeah.
It was confusing to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like, I would just put new hot tub coming October 29th.
Or say November, that way, just
Yeah.
in case they.
Well, it's already snowed, so I've already missed that mark.
Yeah. Well,
Wait,
yeah,
what?
just say by November,
Okay.
November bookings will get to enjoy
Yeah.
a brand new hot tub.
Okay. Your home away from home. Blue View Retreat at Summer Sky Ranch is a brand new luxury home ready for your next Colorado vacation. Book now. Okay, so book now. Love it. I'd like that button to be larger, and I'd like it to not be gray. If you can make it a color that contrasts well with whatever image or video is behind there, I need it to pop stronger.
Yeah, I do have limitations. This is GoDaddy Web Builder.
Yep.
Yeah, so I can change it, but then that changes some of the other fonts, so I can play around with that.
Okay.
And my intent is that I will change this video seasonally.
Right. Yeah. Right. So, okay.
Derek, how long did it take for you to load that? Because is that a video, Karen, or is it a GIF?
It is a video, and
You
it
might
doesn't take too long, does it, Derek?
Here,
on mine,
I'll do a refresh and we'll see.
Well, also, it's not a fair test on Zoom because
That's
Zoom
true.
Yeah, that's true. It's going
is
to
an issue. What you need to do to test your loading of your website is just go to a
different browser.
website load testing page, and you can test it there.
Yeah.
Website load testing page.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I'm just gonna check something here real quick. This is Ski
Dash Colorado. You trying it on mobile?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
it does do mobile.
because actually majority of people when booking are actually booking mobilely now. So it's actually good to optimize for mobile and like
Hopefully-
+1 to match.
It
That's
could.
what I was afraid. Oh no, it worked.
Yeah, GoDaddy has
I
that.
just clicked your phone number. I didn't think it was gonna work, but it actually worked.
Yeah.
It loaded in my phone, so that was good.
Yeah.
I just want to point out something on the mobile. So I don't know if you can see this, probably not, but because of the background. But your book now button is 80% of the width on my mobile device.
Yeah.
Much larger on my mobile than it is on the desktop. And actually, Derek, if you can,
I can adjust the screen size. Yeah.
Yeah. So make it responsive. Pull it down even more.
Yeah. So that's kind of like a.
Okay, so let me just show you how to do it. Yeah, there you go. See what it does?
Mm-hmm.
So see, it stands out more here. The
Yeah.
other problem you have, and just for those of you that are on the call now that don't know sort of my background, I ran a website agency for 16 years and sold it in 2018 to one of my employees. So a lot of my comments come from that. One of the problems you have specifically with the text on this, Karen, is the white text with the multicolored background isn't going to pop as much. So that's a problem. And being on a GoDaddy site, one of the ways we would normally deal with that is to shade it. So what you can do is you can put a gray, like a smoke color shading over the image or the video. Now the video isn't going to play on a mobile device. It's meant to not play and not load. It's just going to take an image. I like the size of the width of the button when it's brought down like this, because that makes it the primary call to action.
Well, I can make it red too, and that's gonna certainly draw
Yeah.
your attention to it.
Yeah. So that's why I was going before, because even if you have the not so clear contrast of the trees with the white text, the button will still stand out if you make it a strong contrasting color. So play around with it. Try red, try blues, try something. I don't know. Could be green, whatever,
Yeah.
I actually think you do a lot better if you made the button white and the text black. There's a lot of different websites that I've seen that have used that contrast as a way to call attention to the button. I
Okay.
would also actually be careful of red, mainly because there's different colors, and they're like, if you look into like UX theory, sometimes certain colors can like symbolize different things. So, like even with my company, we were very particular with each of the different colors we use and what like they symbolize and how people can interpret them. Red is an action-oriented color, but it's not always the best color that you might want to use here. Like even if you were to go for like an orange, it would be a lot better than just going for a red.
Right.
And actually, orange is the color of hospitality, which is like a weird fact.
Yeah. The problem is when I change the button, then the Blue View Retreat will be that color as well. So
Yeah.
I will play around with it until I like the color combination.
Yeah.
So I don't know what limitations you have on GoDaddy, but one thing to look for is setting the style colors in their style options. So you have an H1 and H2 and H3, which are the heading numbers, and you can set them different. So what that would mean is that the wording Blue View Retreat might be an H2 instead of an H1, and it wouldn't be controlled by the same color.
I can see if they do that, but I don't think they do anymore.
Yeah. And by the way, folks, this is a lesson in why GoDaddy is such a struggle sometimes, because you can't do what you need or want to do. It's a trade-off, though, for the cost, because GoDaddy is very inexpensive to do this versus a web agency like I owned. To build a site like this would have been $7,500. Now, it would have been exactly what you want, but it's a huge trade-off, right? It's the yin and the yang, so to speak. So,
Yeah.
I just got my first draft of Mahad's website that he's charging me a couple $100 for. I could not be more thrilled.
for those of you on the call, we have a hack to paying $7,500, and it's called Matt's Contacts. Just saying.
Hashtag Matt knows people.
And Linda, I'm not sure if I was clear. Just not that you're ever going to talk to him per se, but if you talk to him on Zoom, it's Mahadi.
Mahadi, okay.
Okay. I had the same problem too.
Thank you. Terrific.
I want to see that, by the way, that mock-up, Linda. I love the fact that you put the cleaning right up there too.
Yeah.
I saw that on the mobile when I was looking at it on the mobile.
Yeah, and that obviously will go away someday.
Yep. Hopefully soon.
You got the neighborhood construction on there, so that's good.
Yeah, well, God willing.
Mm-hmm. They won't actually read it, but we know.
Yeah.
We have it on there. I like the what to expect headline. I actually think that's pretty cool. That's something that I feel like maybe more and more listings or more and more websites should have. Like what to expect it's very direct, you know, and it makes you almost like stop and read it, you know?
Yep. I agree.
Okay. Here's one thing though I don't like about it.
Mm-hmm.
What to expect. Here's all my good things about my property, and then I end with a list of all the things you're not allowed to do.
Well, it's sort of the expectations of the properties. So how else could I say that?
How about if you did like private hot tub, 5 smart TVs with dish network, 2 gas stone fireplaces, no parties, clubhouse, whatever. But right, like maybe if you put the negative no's in the mix, so that all the negative stuff wasn't lined up. The stuff they're not allowed to do is all lined up at the very end of the list.
Yes, I can do that.
It just goes from a really positive thing to a really negative thing. This was the thing I kind of took away or learned from Heather Bayer, that, you know, Derek and I know her, is that, and she used to always say something like, why is it we always just tell everybody at the end of their vacation, you have to do this and this and this and this and this. And oh, by the way, if you don't do all these things, we're going to take your security deposit. It's like, you just spent a week at my house and I'm going to berate you over what you have to do before you leave so that you can actually keep your money.
Yeah.
And it just left this weird feeling. And so I was like, oh, you know, that's a good point. Why do we always focus on the things that people can't do versus the things they can?
Yeah. It's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Meet the house.
Okay, don't comment on the pictures.
We want.
Oh, yeah, we know.
I'm scheduled for the 14th, $450.
Oh, yes. I'm so excited.
Yeah. It'll be fun to see.
Secluded backyard, front deck overlooking lake. I would make overlooking a capital O, just so it's in line with the other ones with the capitals. I like the sections you made there. Great room, kitchen, dining.
Yep.
Primary ensuite bathroom, secondary ensuite bathroom.
Bedroom.
Oh, bedroom. Yeah. Oh, so you're right there telling me I've got an ensuite. I got a bathroom for every bedroom.
There is.
Fourth ensuite, almost bedroom. That's cute.
That's
just outside the door. That's great. I love that. I look at that bed in the middle and I'm like, oh, that looks like a pizza comforter.
Do you have a American upholstery sleeper sofa?
No, American leather.
Yeah, American leather, American upholstery. Yeah.
Yep. No, it's super comfortable.
Yep. Those are what
The way that comforter is folded over like that, when I first saw it, I thought, oh, that's a slice of pizza.
Thank you.
Matt.
You can see how I see it, though, right?
Always with the pizza.
You see how I see it, though. 2-car heated garage.
That picture is of the fire from my window.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
one of the forest fires.
Oh, geez.
So the pictures are just placeholders.
Yeah.
Karen, the site looks good on mobile.
Good.
Oh, yeah, I can see the forest fire photo down here under the contact us. They'll see it here in a minute.
No, that's the back of the house. That's the sunset from the
fire.
fire.
Jesus, I thought that was a fire.
Yeah.
Message us on WhatsApp? Look at you, all technology savvy.
I have Plum Guide coming out to take pictures too.
What's that, Plum Guide?
Derek talked about it. It's the European site.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
I think you've done a great job, and I cannot wait to see the photos. I think you have very few changes to make right now on this. And it's just like any website, just remember it's an iterative process. It's going to grow over time. You've done a great job with this.
And with that domain, I mean, you have a lot of domain authority. Like if you start blogging on a regular basis and make a dedicated, I would think about, big picture stuff, making dedicated pages for each of the ski areas that are near you.
He has the area guide.
Yeah.
And the location.
But I'm saying to have skicolorado.com /
yep.
Telluride or, / whatever, all the different mountains that are near you. And go into description about each of those, that would go a long way.
Is there more that I should put up on the top on the header? The bar on the top?
No, I don't think so. I think it'll get too cluttered. I actually think that your main image here with the video, you can turn that into a slider if you wanted to. The video works, but there is a disconnect between ski-colorado.com and what you're doing. Because they're not skiing on this website. They're not booking ski tickets. They're booking a place to stay.
Mhm.
So I like the your home away from home. I think I would love to see the messaging be something like ski by day, relax by night at our place, you know, or at your home away from home. Something like that. They kind of really just, and then the picture, I mean, this video is great. I'm not taking anything away from it. It's fantastic. I love it. I think it's great. But if you had a split image picture that had like a line diagonal through it, and the upper left was like skiing on a mountain in Colorado, and the bottom right was a picture of your house,
Mhm.
then you're connecting your house to them skiing. And your domain is Ski Colorado. So they're not going to do what's called bounce. So the biggest risk you have right now is that they come to the site looking for skiing information and they leave because they don't find it immediately.
Right.
So on the pages you develop for the ski resorts or the location or the area guides, you want to have those pages focused on the skiing stuff that they're looking for,
Mhm.
with the ability to book accommodations or book their stay, you know. So this is another, oh, you know what? You do have an issue on this site.
Okay.
Good, I finally found an issue that you can fix.
Glad to make you happy.
You do have that booking info drop down on the upper right. What is that, Derek?
That takes you to a Haufi website.
Yeah. So what happened here was you went away from the home page, Derek went away from the home page, and we lost the book now button. So on the other pages, that should be prominent in the header bar. Like you were just asking, should I add something in the header bar? Yeah, put your book now button there.
The book now button is there.
I don't see it.
It's all the way on the right and it says booking info.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's extra clicks.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can change that. I was trying to consolidate because I've got my rental agreement and I've got.
Yeah, but you have one job on this website and it's to get bookings.
Okay.
So we want, Derek, I don't know if it's still up, but if you want to pull up the favorite son real quick on another tab.
Yeah.
The favorite son. .com. See the button on the right? So it just takes you to VRBO, but because I only have one property. But if you were to click on like About Us, Derek, go to a different page. It's still there. Did it load? Yeah, there, it loaded there. So it's still there. So the book now is the primary piece that you want like across all your pages, because that's the strongest call to action.
Okay, and I do have the booking information, so all I need to do is change it to a book now.
Yeah, that's what I would do. If you go back. Yeah, Derek, go back.
So.
Yeah, so this is the landing page. And I think all I would do, so here's the issue with that, is that it becomes more of a link than a button. Right? If you just take it out of that drop down and move it on its own, it'll be like reviews.
So that's something else, Matt. So the location actually sends you away from the website and into Google Maps.
And I don't think there's a way to not do that.
Yeah, we can iframe that in. It just depends. Oh, so what you're doing here is you're showing them how close to the resort you are?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I would do. This doesn't need to be interactive, does it?
Well, it's nice to be interactive only because then they can get the actual directions. So they can see exactly, you know, that I'm not lying about it.
Well, how can they get the directions? Do you actually show?
No, there's a checkbox on the left.
Yeah.
You check on
built
that.
a custom map in Google?
Yeah.
Ain't too smart.
Yeah, but I don't like the fact that it bounced. Like
Well, it doesn't bounce. It opened in a new tab, right?
Yeah, it's a new tab, I guess. But
I mean, it's a cool feature and nobody else has it. So I like it.
Okay.
If you want it to be interactive, you have to do it like this. If you don't want it to be interactive, you could screenshot this and put it into the site. But she built a custom map in Google. I think that's pretty friggin' awesome.
that is cool.
Okay. Well,
And Derek didn't do that in Seattle. I'm just saying, Karen.
Yeah, I did not. I did not.
Or even in Hawaii. And Linda didn't.
And neither did Matt in Florida.
No, you're right. And Linda didn't do it in Tahoe, and she's at the base of a ski resort. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would try and make it a button versus text,
Yep.
Karen.
I can.
And again, I don't know what limitations you've got in for a button in the nav area of GoDaddy. So that's going to be a challenge.
So here's the problem that I have, that I only have 7 reviews for this house because of COVID and because of a fireplace that didn't work for a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I've got 7 reviews, and then what I did below, you'll see.
Scroll down. Yeah.
So this is the house I owned for 25 years before. And I took those reviews and put them on here.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. It's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of reviews. The only negative, I guess you do, your responses are on there, right?
I was not a very good response person. If they said something nice, I did do some.
Yeah.
This lady complained about road noise, so I'm not on the road anymore. So I invited her to come to my new house I was buying.
Yeah.
Chris D. We had a great family trip and we survived the bomb cyclone.
In May. No, it was in March.
Okay, so do you have a sauna and a pool at the clubhouse? Oh, you do.
There's an outdoor pool and 2 hot tubs.
So this review is mentioning that. I just want to make sure that I would say remove any review from here that talks about things that are absolutely not available where you are now.
This house has more than what I had.
Okay.
So that won't be a problem.
Okay, yeah, you're good then. Yeah, I think it's good.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Quality versus quantity. There you go.
Yep. Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. Anything else to see? Rental agreement calendar. So is this calendar, this is linking to your
Healthy.
site? Yeah.
Yeah. That just seemed like the easiest place to direct everybody. I mean, I can take bookings off of Google, and this just seemed like the best place.
Look who's busy.
No, I have construction started.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks, I've got construction for a month to get the fireplace fixed.
Oh, did you block it off then?
Yeah.
Do you have an HOA there?
Yep.
Be careful.
No, they have their own rental agency. They will rent houses, or they will act as a concierge for your home.
For now.
No.
Nah. Yeah, just because you made the mistake of buying in a wrong HOA doesn't mean everybody does.
No, this is what funds our activities director.
Yeah.
They got a full staff up there, as their cruise director.
Oh,
that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Well, that was good work on the website, Karen. I'm excited to see the photos. That's gonna be so fun, and it'll be awesome to see. I guess once you're able to open up your calendar and you're not staying there and there's not construction, that so.
Check.
Yeah.
Exactly. So once
That's
you're able
good.
to take some bookings.
We'll go ahead and wrap up. We appreciate you guys jumping on the call this week and having some conversations. We're going to do it again next week. We do it every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time, which means for those of us on the East Coast, it's past our bedtime. And we always need stuff to talk about. So if you see news or information, feel free to post it in the group. We'd love to have you guys be very active, ask questions. You guys said you know you're really newbies. You said Martha and Lauren.
Yes.
That's that's what we're here for. That's what we're trying to help people with, right? Is how can we take the collective knowledge and wisdom of everybody involved, not just Derek and Matt, but Derek, Matt, Linda, Karen, Boyd, you know, everybody that comes on these calls, and just kind of collectively help each other, you know, break the cycle of COVID, break the cycle of HOA problems, break the cycle of, you know, I mean, literally when I was going through the problems with my HOA, I was calling Derek on the phone, like talking about this stuff and trying to figure out the angles that we could work, you know? And so who knows, time will tell. You guys will be privy to the saga as we move along. So that's another reason why folks need to be on these calls, because just before we start recording, we always give you an update on Matt's HOA issue. So yeah, so
next week, Matt, I think I'm going to come in late.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Just give you a hard time.
Yeah, normally you just take phone calls during our Zoom meeting.
Oh, you know.
This guy here. Yeah. All right, so that's it. Feel free to be active in the group, and we'll get this posted to the group so you can review it when as soon as it renders on the Zoom platform. Okay.
Yeah, and invite your friends if you know other people that get value out of it. Invite them.
Not that guy from Tulsa though.
Yeah. He's beyond help. He's beyond help. There's some people we can't help, and he might be one of them.
We actually have a line. We do draw it.
Well,
Hopefully it was helpful for you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
Yep.
No problem. We'll be here for you to support you throughout the process.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
All right, guys, don't forget to live actually, that's the wrong tagline, Derek. That's my other brand tagline. My other brand tagline is live happy, smile a lot, and high five everybody around you. But Derek's tagline for the vacation rental life is don't forget.
Work smart, not hard, and live your vacation rental life.
Boom.
Yeah.